I'm Bibi Ukonu, founder, publisher, Griots Lounge, here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I am the only black book publisher in Manitoba, and we've been able to make this happen within 5 years that we started Griots Lounge. We're here at Higno Printing. Higno Printing, or they call it Unigraphics, is over 100 years old. Higno, they print my books. I'm here to pick up a few copies because I have a meeting with the members of the Legislative Assembly here in Winnipeg today. Griots Lounge Publishing Canada is a young press that we started in 2020. Our focus is on African Canadians who we consider mostly as minority culture here in Canada. What we do is to amplify these voices so people, Canadians in general, will be able to read from them, hear from them, and get to know the culture that we represent and the community that we represent, which is the African Canadian community in Canada. How did we become accepted in Canada? Yeah, initially it was entirely a scary process. It was just a dream. What we had to do was to do the right thing, which was to associate with existing publishers in Canada, which was when we ended up finding out that we didn't really have like a black publisher here in Manitoba. And I felt the need to fill the gap. So I joined the Association of Manitoba Book Publishers, where I was tutored and taught how to engage in the publishing business in Canada. And from there, we started mixing up with the community. And it was really a breath of fresh air for the community, seeing a press willing to represent the minority who largely were not represented. So the Canadian Human Rights Museum is one blessing that we have in Winnipeg, and it's the kind of place that I come to relax because I believe in human rights. And part of what we do as a publishing company in Canada is to give Black Canadians, African Canadians, the right or the platform to contribute their voices to the discourse, contribute their voices to the Canadian society, Canadian culture, which is diverse in many ways. And it is their right to be heard because they also share this beautiful country with other cultures.
We are connected. Nature is our greatest teacher.
Being here in this museum, this beautiful museum, gives me that opportunity to reflect on the journey so far, what we have achieved, thanks to the Manitoba Arts Council and also the Canada Council for the Arts for the support. Currently, we have books in universities and museums like this, in public libraries and bookstores around Canada. We're able to give our African Canadian writers equal rights to be heard in Canada, which also helps promote the culture that we have migrated with to Canada. And it's so beautiful to come to the realization that we are creating books and documents for our children to grow up and to read. Are we doing enough to represent the African voices in Canada? I would say yes. I've also gotten feedback from people in governments telling me that what we're doing is important in representing these voices, these cultures. I've been where I had to tell stories based on our books because largely some people that read us found it difficult to believe in these stories or in these traditions. And I found myself in a situation where I had to explain these stories and also introduce our traditions and cultures as Africans, and also as immigrants in Canada. I've gotten that opportunity to talk to a whole lot of people and also people in government because of what we do as Griots Lounge. Do we have that impact to the society here? I would say yes. Canada grants us that opportunity to express ourselves, to showcase human rights. We have forthcoming titles that I'm really very much excited about. We have a title coming out this December. Please Don't Interrupt is the title, an anthology. It has 30 Canadian writers in them. It's our first attempt to get into mainstream Canadian publishing and get into other cultures, especially cultures outside the African culture. So in Please Don't Interrupt, we have Jewish writers, we have indigenous Canadian writers, we have African writers, of course, we have Asian writers, and we also have writers with disability, because these are communities. So we were able to bring all of them together. So I would say it's our first attempt outside the regular African voices that we publish. And then we have an amazing book for children in 2026, The King's Journey. It's a full historical children's book, teaches the tradition of the coronation of the Oba of Benin. It's one amazing book that we're expecting next year, coming out with a video game, a lot of merchandise, and a whole lot of so it's for me, it's another level of achievement as a publisher. So I'm excited about it. What's our vision in Canada, especially in the next 5 years? We have a very large vision. I and the team, we see ourselves publishing as much as 20 titles in a year, and going beyond that, having formats as ebooks, audiobooks, and also film adaptations and translations. So we want to get into a full-blown publishing press in Canada, and that would also come with the support of our leaders and the government as well.